let's break down tempo and time under tension a little bit further, because the tempo changes based on different scenarios. One you'll see in almost every workout program, this is very common, is the 8 to 12 rep range. And a common tempo for the 8 to 12 rep range is 2 seconds down, no pause, 1 second up, no pause at the top. So this relates to time under tension in a sense that 3 seconds per repetition, and let's just say 10 reps in between. That's about a 30-second set. Time under tension for 30 seconds. There's no pause at the top or bottom. So for a bicep curl, 2 seconds down, 1 second up, and you're constantly moving, that's good time under tension. The muscle is under tension for a good amount of time, 30 seconds in this case. So this is very common in a lot of workouts, and the goal on this one is very simple. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy just means that you're trying to build the muscle. Typically, the size of the muscle. This is very good for building the size of any muscle. Now let's go over here where the 15 plus rep range, this is good in a lot of cases for some programs. And in this case, the ultimate goal is muscular endurance. So in this case, muscular endurance is just endurance, longer endurance. The muscle can work for a longer period of time. When you're doing 15 plus reps, let's say under a tempo of 1010, that's 1 second down, 1 second up. So if you're doing quick overhead press, it looks something like this, and you can blast out 15 reps times 2 second reps. That's 30 seconds. So you're in the case where both of these were 30 seconds long sets. This, you did 10 reps. This, you're doing 15 reps. So in this case, muscular endurance, sometimes you'll use lighter weight, but you'll be doing faster repetitions, and you could do longer sets. So like sets of 20 or 30. So in this case, 30 reps would only take you 60 seconds. So another case, another scenario where you're focused on building strength. The tempo changes, and you're probably wondering, there is a difference, a little variable. That's X. That is explosive movement. So when you want to build the result here, strength. You want to build strength, you would use a different tempo, and the rep range is much different than these here. 1 to 5 reps. That's right, a set can last 1 to 5 reps. Based on the tempo, the explosive movement is very fast. It shouldn't take a second. It should be much quicker than a second. But in the case of a repetition where you're on your last rep, or maybe it's a 1 rep max, you will be struggling to go as fast as you can, and it might actually take you 2-3 seconds to do that rep. So mentally, you want to push as fast as you can. Whether it takes a quarter of a second or 3 seconds, you're pushing as fast as you can. The movement on the way down, 2 seconds down, 1 second pause, blast up, and hold at the top for a second. In this case, 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus whatever this is, that's 4 seconds plus. You can imagine your set is only going to last about 4 seconds to 20 seconds. When you're building strength, your sets go much faster, and you actually take longer rest in between your sets because your body needs more recovery. In this case, when you're building strength, that means one thing: more weight. You are lifting much more weight, and it takes an extreme amount of energy from your body. So even though short repetitions, you will be taking much longer rest in between. The amount of rest you'll take in between is usually somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes. Believe it or not, yeah, 2 to 5 minutes. Hypertrophy, typically you're going to, general cases, you will be taking about 60 to 120 seconds rest. And then muscular endurance, you could be anywhere from let's say 30 to 90 seconds. There's a lot of different variables here. Muscular endurance, it could be a short rest, a longer rest. Hypertrophy, somewhere in the middle, 60 to 120 seconds. That's 1 to 2 minutes. Strength, you end up taking a lot more rest in between your sets. Yeah, believe it or not, if your set lasts 4 seconds to 20 seconds, you will still need 2 to 5 minutes because the weight is extremely heavy with this building strength. In hypertrophy, the weight is pretty moderate, and in the muscular endurance where you do more reps, the weight will be much lighter, where you can handle more repetitions, you can move faster with it, but in a lot of cases, the 8 to 12 rep range is very common. So time under tension, you'll notice here, all of these, your muscle should be under tension. In this hypertrophy muscle building stage, your muscle should be under tension. Again, the lateral raise, moving nice and slow, 1 second up, 2 seconds down. Your muscle is under tension. There's no top or bottom pause. Same thing here. Your muscle is always under a little bit of tension. You will lose some time under tension when you're lifting a little bit lighter because the movement ends up being faster and your mind to muscle connection doesn't exist. When you're going slower, you can have a better mind to muscle connection. So having that mind to muscle connection is extremely important when it comes to time under tension and also the tempo that you're working in. This is very confusing sometimes, but as you get used to it and apply these to your current workout program, you are going to benefit significantly. Make sure you're training in the right tempo and time under tension, and you're going to get the result that you're looking for.